little bit more squunched up than the Adrian episode.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, you're good. That's the problem with this bench.
Oh, yeah.
We built it with like 2 people in mind, and then anytime, like the first time we used this bench, I think some dude like tried to sit down with us.
He was like 6'6" or something.
Yeah, he was like
coming from,
basketball.
like basketball practice.
Damn. Y'all gotta get like a guest bench or some shit, man.
That's what we're planning on doing.
You see that
Either
one
or-
measly little plank of wood right there?
That's gonna be it one day?
That's what Colin thought it was gonna be.
We were gonna make like a little bench of shame, so it's just like this little 1 foot.
Bench of shame, bro.
It's just tiny as fuck. It's where the co-host goes to sit on the side.
Yeah, it is a little like cozy in here, but
Yeah.
you know, I'm chill with it.
A little toasty, you know, a little.
I'm chill with it. Plus with the garage heat.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that doesn't
It just
help
gives
at all.
us like a nice natural glow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Exactly.
We never really.
Everything's a little damp. What?
Oh, we never really snapped in, so just
yeah.
sync it up. And welcome back to Bench'd, everybody.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome back to Bench'd, everybody.
Yeah. We have a special guest here. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Anthony Norris.
What do you do, Mr. Anthony Norris?
I do it all, you know,
That's what we like to hear.
but right now I'm working.
Very cool, very cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hot. We're back in the studio, back in the studio.
Yeah. Very legit setup.
Yeah.
It's
It's always
there's a green screen, you know, that's pretty fucking. Y'all got lights and shit.
Nah, don't ruin the.
Oh,
don't ruin
no.
the
We're
illusion.
in the
Sorry,
like
sorry.
forest, or
Oh,
like
yeah,
there's
yeah,
a
yeah.
park or something. You know,
Yeah.
definitely.
Fucking hot as fucking. Yeah.
It's absurdly humid right now. Yeah.
Nah, but I definitely like every time we've had a guest on here, I feel like it's really funny showing them the setup. Just because like I don't think anybody really understands what this looks like in person.
Yeah, I was gonna be honest, bro. I wasn't expecting like half of this, bro.
Yeah.
I was expecting to come in here and just bench.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Just
Like
against the
match
wall
it.
and
Yeah,
we figure it out later.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
That's all I was expecting. So
But
If there's anything we're good at, it's production value. The being funny part might be a little lacking sometimes.
yeah.
you gotta
Yeah.
make up for it in production. And this shit looks like professional as fuck. And then the fucking like whole setup over there and everything. I was like, holy shit, man.
It's been a work in progress, you know, just a year or so of figuring it out.
I mean, at least it's not like, you know, like you're holding like an iPhone right here and you got the fucking like headset.
That's
you
how
know
it
what
was
I
at the
mean?
start.
Yeah.
Well,
that's-
we
that's
kind of
it.
did like the iPhone like mall thing where you got like the
Yeah,
phone and you're like,
yeah, you got it.
Hey,
I mean, it's a fucking step up. Y'all got like microphones and shit. That's just professional as fuck.
we started off looking like we were gonna go ask like, hey, do you like ass or titties? And then just like,
Gay son or thought daughter.
yeah. But anyways, Devin, what have you been up to this week? Because I'm trying to keep the
Oh yeah,
streak alive.
good streak.
Yeah.
For the record, it's because he almost never asked me how I'm doing, or at least he hasn't.
Damn.
So I usually start by asking him.
Yeah, and it's never returned.
Yeah, he'll like finish
Wow.
finish up with what he's saying, and then we'll
Yeah.
move on to something new. Yeah, it's like
Wow.
yeah, I've been good.
Yeah.
So,
So
Yeah, that's
the
good enough
political state
anyways.
of this world right now is just crazy.
dive right on the politics.
Yeah,
holy
damn.
shit.
I cut my hair like at. If you can't tell,
Too
Yeah.
political.
oh, my fault.
Pretty
Yeah,
fucking political.
yeah,
So-
my fault. But
I'm fucking with the long hair though.
Thank
like,
you,
last time
thank
I
you.
saw you, it was like way shorter.
yeah, no, it's been a while since
Yeah,
I've
it's
seen
been
you.
like since fucking like high school type shit.
It
that I've
has.
seen you, I think.
Yeah,
But yeah, I fuck with the long hair.
appreciate it. I grew it out over the pandemic and then cut it short again and then grew it out again.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did the opposite. I shaved my head like twice. I'm like just now growing it back.
Oh damn.
But yeah.
Yeah, no, it was like pinned straight, like because of so much weight in the back,
Damn.
and then
You should
now-
do a mullet.
I thought about
Really?
Yeah, I really
think you
did.
should do a mullet. What
But
do you
considering
think?
I was cutting myself, I was a little hesitant.
Mm.
I mean, when Cam came in today, he said I looked like Tarzan, and he's not necessarily wrong. Like, I think the
I can
layers go
see
crazy.
it. Yeah, I can see it.
Like you
So-
said, just because you cut it a bit shorter and now that weight's off, it's just like it's full. It's
I was
bouncy.
saying, yeah, without the weight,
it's
it's
got a lot of
super
like
bouncy.
volume and shit.
Thank you,
It's
thank you.
nice. Some cover
Yeah.
girl shit, you know.
It really is.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
fucking
It's
with it.
Maybelline.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's dope, man.
I mean, it was pretty easy to cut, especially when you're already so perfect. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I will say cutting, like I had to put it in 2 ponytails, and cutting above your head without being able to see, it's like you're just leaving it up to God at that point.
Yeah, the only haircut I can trust myself to do is a fucking buzz cut. Because that's just,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I have never once cut my hair. I kind of wish
By
I was.
yourself? Like,
Yeah.
Dude,
It's scary.
It is scary, but I kind of recommend it because once you start going, you almost like can't stop. Like it's just,
Plus, you don't have to pay
Satisfying.
like $20 for a haircut anymore.
Yeah,
so,
true. True.
it's kind of freeing, you know. Like I almost,
It is an experience, for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
I almost forgot that I had a tutorial going, and I was just sort of like going off.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
It's crazy.
But I'm glad I did it. Feels much better.
Yeah.
Look much better.
No, I like
Now
it.
we're here.
I
Thank
loved
you.
it, man.
Appreciate
Yeah, enough of that. Let's take you back off your pedestal. Just,
Yeah.
I was
humble me,
asking.
humble
I was,
me.
yeah, I was asking just because it's a requirement at this point. HR told me I needed to be nicer to you, so
That's HR.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cam. Please more.
Say, hey, Colin, you need to chill out a little bit on the Devon stuff.
Brandon's feeling a little left out.
Yeah.
You gotta start asking him how his day is.
It's like, all right, how's your day? And then he starts talking for like 5 minutes, and I'm like, all right, that's it. That's enough.
That's your cutoff.
Good enough. Now ask about me.
Now go back to me.
How am I
Ask me
doing?
again?
What? Oh, you're
I'm
waiting
so
for me to
glad
ask.
you
Oh,
asked.
okay,
I'm
gotcha,
so
yeah.
glad you asked. I actually, I just started back at school in
Oh,
person.
wow. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was the first time in like 2 years, and it was weird. Like,
I bet you've just been doing straight online since.
yep. And this
Holy
is
shit.
my last semester for my AA, and I just decided like I'm gonna go on
Fuck it,
campus,
yeah.
and then I transferred the next semester. So like there really was no point in me going on campus other
Yeah.
than just doing it to try it.
Yeah. I mean, still, it's an experience for sure.
It's already pretty cool. It was definitely a little weird because I had gone on a photo shoot at the campus.
Sorry, keep going.
No, you're good. I went on a photo shoot at the campus, and I remember everything on that campus. Like I physically remember how to walk around and like navigate this
Just
school.
because you sneak around
Yeah.
for pictures, yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't have any association of like what this building is, or like what this building is, or like what's inside
Oh.
here. So when I went there the second time, I'm like, okay, I'll probably know my way around. I'm like, I have no idea where the fuck I'm going. Like I don't know what this build like.
Yeah, that was the shittiest part about like in-person college, bro.
You kind of had to like I had to relearn that
Yeah.
campus because I went there illegally the first time, and then the second time I have to like learn it as a student.
Damn.
But it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I've been thinking about going back to college because I only did like one semester, and then after that I was like, like this, like just that one semester, and I think that was also just because no hate, but a lot of my professors like sucked, and I mean it was like community college as fuck, so I mean you're not gonna get like the best professors maybe.
Yeah.
But the ones that I got, like I remember there was like 4 days straight where I went and like the teacher, she sat at her desk with her Duncan and had a student like stand up and just read PowerPoints like for all of us. And it just fucking like it was so stupid, bro. So I couldn't.
Yeah, just like
Especially
come up here and
frustrating
like
when
read
you're
this
paying
shit
for
for
it.
me.
Right, and like I'm fucking paying for this shit too. I was like, oh my, oh, and then the worst part was the way that they scheduled my classes. I never fucking got the like Wi-Fi or nothing for that college, so I couldn't do my online class there. You know what I mean? But I had an online class right after like a physical class, and so I drive from. This is when I was still living in too, so I drive from to.
We're gonna have to bleep the.
Yeah. We'll bleep
Oh
that.
shit!
You're good though.
Wait,
do
we
this
can
every
bleep
week.
that out, right?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The amount of times where I've just like name dropped, like, yeah, so when Devin's like working at on, and when he would go to his house and like,
Or wait, does it bleep out cuss words too or no?
Nah, I don't do that.
We don't fucking care.
Fuck that.
Okay,
fuck,
cool. I was about
fucking
to say.
shit.
Fuck shit,
We're
fucking
gonna sound
piss,
like middle
fuck.
schoolers that just learn their bad
Just
words.
learned
Like
it,
you,
yeah.
you actual shit. You piece of bitch.
Stinky little stinker.
You such a.
You're
bitch.
such a. You're such a
You such
fuck.
a fuck.
You're
No, but I had a fucking I had an online class right after a physical class.
Yeah.
So I'd drive there, and then I'd come back. But like on the way back, I'd be on a Zoom call on my phone, like in traffic
Oh.
and shit, and it sucked. Like,
Yeah.
and I never retained anything from that class because I was like driving. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just But I've thought about going back. I
Mm.
just don't even know for what are you getting your major in?
I'm just. I'm doing business management. Just like
That's what I
the
did.
default like fucking
Yeah.
degree that you get.
Well, I
know.
went there and they were like, "What do you want to do?" And I was like, "I have no idea."
Mhm.
And they were like, "So we'll just put you down for business." And I was like, "What? Okay,
Yeah.
all right, man, fuck it." And then the business classes sucked. Like
That is exactly
sucked.
like my sister kind of did the same thing when she tried going to college.
Yeah,
She talked to the counselor and they were like, "So what do you want to do?" And then she's like, "I really have no idea." And they were like,
business.
Business it is. Yeah.
they
like-
laughed at her. They didn't even
No,
give her an
straight
option.
up,
They were
yeah.
like, "That's funny."
They think it's so funny. Yeah, and I'm
It's like-
like, why do you gotta choose? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, why can't you just take like basic fucking classes? I guess you know what I mean.
I get why they do that because there are so many basic classes that you can take, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
True.
So it's one of those things where you could get like a really general AA, but if you have an idea for like a bachelor's after the fact,
Yeah.
you could go ahead and hit a bunch of prerequisites. So I get that, but I think that it's weird for them to like think that it's odd that people don't know what they're doing when they get into college.
Right,
Because I
right.
feel like that's very common for people to be like, I have no idea what I'm
I
doing.
feel like that's the majority of people. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I also don't know because I remember like I'd be like in high school and the teacher's like, "So, what are you guys majoring in?" And like they'd go around the room and like people would like list off shit.
Yeah.
It's like, "Oh damn, y'all fuckers are like thinking about this."
I never knew either, so I would just say like a major just
Yeah.
to say it, not
I
because
mean, I
actually
even
wanted
said
it.
business. You know what I mean? Like that's just the fucking general.
Yeah.
I think at that time I just would say like I may go for something that like lets me work for my mom's company or something.
Oh, yeah.
I would just say the most generic like non-answer because I had
You
no
didn't fucking
idea.
know, yeah.
For like the first 2 years of high school, I was in like band and that took up most of my time.
Yeah.
So when I
Sure.
dropped band and like actually started like trying out new shit,
Yeah.
I was like, this is fun doing like photography and video and other things.
Yeah.
But I was like, I don't know if I can make this like my career.
That's the shit that's gonna get you laughed at or something, you know?
Yeah.
What are we supposed to say?
Yeah.
I want to be a podcaster. Like,
Yeah.
Right,
They'll be like,
right.
oh, okay, cool. So you're a bigot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Head the
Yeah.
fuck out.
So you do want to live in a box? Cool. Damn.
Yeah. It's just, I think that a lot of kids who did know exactly what they wanted to do, either one had outside experience like that gave them better opportunity to figure that out,
Right.
or they had like parents pushing them
That
towards
in like
that.
the same field or some sort.
Yeah. Or it's
I
like,
feel
oh,
you.
I want to go into nursing because my mom said that I should go into nursing, or like something like that.
I will say it is kind of cool, like like seeing people go into like big ass colleges and shit. I'm like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
more
go you,
power to
bro.
them,
Yeah,
right?
nah, for like, I mean, I couldn't do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I could not. For the longest, I would like think about like being like a doctor or some shit. I feel like I'd be a kick ass doctor.
You got that?
Yeah, nah. But I feel like like if someone's sick, I could be like, it's okay, man. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
then if that's like fucking like 8 years of like extra schooling, I'm just like, I feel like I've already reached the cutoff, and I feel like I gotta get like recommendations, and I definitely should have taken like certain classes. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I mean, my toxic trait is thinking I could do that without the degree, anyways.
right. Nah, I feel like if I was put in the situation like someone gets like stabbed, they're like, help me out. I'd spring into action. You know what I mean? I'd pull some doctor shit.
Simply intervene, you know.
Yeah.
It's like
I simply have to step in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pop
But-
ibuprofen in their mouth, call it a day.
It literally couldn't be that
I'm
hard.
giving them like a kid's Tylenol, a Band-Aid or something, you know what I mean?
Bro, you got shot. Here's a
gummies.
There's some Flintstone gummies, buddy. Have you taken your vitamins today?
Clearly
Yeah,
not.
nah.
I mean, look.
Clearly
you're
not,
bleeding,
man.
You're literally bleeding out my
Clearly
floor.
not. Yeah, no, fuck that.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, even now, like I just kind of now feel like I know where I want to go with it. Like I kind of do want to be either like a photographer or like into like the filmmaking, like videography
that's
stuff.
good.
And that's why the business management degree was kind of what I was going for, as like whether I do that or I go into like manage a business or like own my own business one day.
That would all help.
I kind of have that background.
Right, yeah.
It's the safest degree. It's the very like paint by the numbers type degree.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even, I'm no closer to knowing what I want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I basically, when I stopped doing college, that's when I started doing like construction shit or fucking electric shit. And both low key, like, it's all right, you know what I mean? But it's also like, I feel like if I do stick with that, then I'm going to be like, you know, broken when I'm like 40. Like, I won't be able to like stand up completely and
very
shit.
Very physically demanding, yeah.
No, 100%. And like every single day I would work, like, you know, some shit would happen. Like I'd go home with like some kind of like cut or some shit. Or fucking when I did the electric shit, like I got like electrocuted as shit.
Damn.
Yeah. I was going to say,
So
you had
I'm
a few
just like-
stories where like not just like getting hurt, but also like the mistreatment on the job.
Yeah, it was just like,
Shout out OSHA, I think.
yeah. Nah, it would just be like, mostly just like people like dicking around with you and like, because when you start out, you're like a helper type shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like, you know, it'd be something where it's like, you know, I go to a job site and, you know, maybe we're like tearing down a wall or some shit. Like this was also construction, but, you know, you'd go to the fucking shit. And you'd get there and the person would be like, nah, bro, you ain't got to bring in any tools or nothing. And then he'd complain to the boss and be like, this motherfucker doesn't have tools, bro. And so
That's
then
what
the
you
boss
literally
is like,
told me.
Yeah, and so then like the boss is texting and he's like, what the fuck? Like, where are your tools, bro?
Some like hazing. Or
Yeah, I guess so, but it was also just, and
in a
you know, with
professional
fucking
setting,
how,
that's kinda...
and like, I don't know, man. Like, I was doing that shit and it was like cold outside. So I was like, oh, this is chill. But now it's getting around like this time and I'm fucking like I straight up almost passed out from heat exhaustion like a couple times, bro.
Yeah. It's funny hearing you talk about like you're like building shit and like doing like hard labor and then we're sitting on a bench and like
Yeah. Man, it's really hot in here. Yeah. You're just like, yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
That
no.
really sucks for you guys. Like,
Yeah,
the
no.
man, you're
I mean,
telling
that's part of the reason why, like, I don't know, bro. I just can't work in the fucking summers in Florida. Like, maybe if I go up north,
yeah.
I could do that shit, but it's so fucked. And being in an attic in the summer for like
awful.
extended periods of time, bro.
Right.
Oh my, like that's like hot to the point where like your arms are wet. You know what I mean? And like you're like fucking, and you can only stand on like certain fucking support beams.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be like, I'm literally in that bitch like fucking Spider-Man, that shit. I got like my arm wrapped around one of the things up there just in case my foot does give out. I can like pull myself. It's fucking terrifying and hot as shit and there's bugs everywhere.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I just kind of really wasn't feeling too much of it. You know what I mean?
Man, I
Yeah,
wonder
for
why.
sure.
Plus, and then after, yeah, right. And then after that, I'd have to go fucking serve it.
Yeah.
Might
So
have to
it was
bleep
just
that
like
part too.
constant. Huh? Oh fuck! Oh my god! I keep forgetting. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, no, it's no problem.
But yeah, nah, it's just it wasn't worth it. Plus, I make decent money at other job.
There it
You
is,
know
yeah.
what I mean? I'm doing better on that. So
That's good to hear.
yeah.
Man.
But I feel like that's like a last resort. Like if nothing else works out, I'm just gonna have to be like, fuck it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
go like right back into it.
No, I'm with you.
Definitely.
But
It's always like you have like safe fallbacks, but I definitely am kind of in the boat of like if you can find a way to avoid college, you can.
for sure.
Or you should. Not because college is inherently bad, and I think that that's the problem that I have with like the argument. I just think that the system around college is bad. Like the education you get can be really nice and important.
Yeah. I mean, the semester that I went, I learned some cool shit. You know what I mean? But
Yeah. But I think that, like, you know, people even talking about, like, this whole thing with Biden giving the refunds on the loans and stuff.
Yeah, the loan relief.
It's like as soon as something, like, remotely good happens to a small section of people, people who also had their own loans forgiven. You know, all these like big business people go online and they're like, this only hurts the little man. This is completely unfair. This is stupid. This is awful. And and then people immediately start pulling up their like business loans that were basically refunded during the pandemic. Yeah. They're like, so like,
damn, I
so
didn't
you want
even
to
think about that. Holy shit.
There's like a lot of specifically like conservative think tank type people that when the pandemic hit, they got a bunch of business loans relieved.
Yeah, I remember that happened, bro.
And now they're out there complaining like, oh yeah, like
student loans should never be forgiven.
What happens to all those people who went to Ivy League schools and they're not able to pay theirs back? Yeah. They're not included.
I had to pay for my college, so you need to also.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like you have to be so bitter to be like
yeah, dude,
because
they're just
something
salty, man. They're just salty, bro, yeah.
Since something good didn't happen to me, like it can't happen to you either. That's awful.
Yeah, but I think that's like the majority of like motherfuckers in politics. Yeah. Like that's why they be turning down shit. They be like, well, I didn't have that. You know what I mean? Which I think is just stupid.
Yeah. It's a lot of like reactionary bullshit to stuff that generally doesn't really hurt anybody. They have to find a reason to be like, oh, like this is the worst thing ever.
Just start some shit.
Yeah.
They don't like it because of the fact that it doesn't hurt anybody.
Yeah, like, they're fucking instigators.
Yeah.
Like, as shit, dude.
You know, honestly, I wouldn't take that. Like,
honestly, bro, I wouldn't take that shit.
Honestly, that good thing that happened to those people, you know how it didn't happen to you? Yeah. Because you make like 6 figures every year? You should be mad about that. Like,
me personally, I'd want to pay my student debt.
Yeah.
Like, that just builds character.
Yeah, that kind of sounds like some laziness to me. And, like, you're not lazy.
I would pay extra.
Man.
Yeah. I'd pay extra just to show my support. But, like, that's just me, though. Like,
matter of fact, give me somebody else's student debt. I'll pay theirs, too, bro. I want to pay theirs, too. Yeah, I don't know, bro.
Struggle is really just a mindset. Like,
how you meet writing school?
You're not in debt. You're paying back your country, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, you're not in debt, bro.
Exactly.
That's
you're paying off your dues just like everybody else had to.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, nah, fuck that.
I think that's the problem, though. Is like it's such a funny argument because it's like the problem shouldn't be like, oh, everybody had to go through this, so stop complaining. It should be like, why did everybody have to go through this? Like,
yeah, and I think the craziest part is like, you know, motherfuckers that are like, oh, you have to pay your student loan debt. Like they're like for real thinking that.
Yeah.
Like. Completely, like we're having this conversation, they're probably sitting on some other bench being like, I can't believe these fuckers don't want to pay their student debt, dude. That shit sucks.
I like the idea that they're watching.
Right, yeah. They're like, can you see this?
Yeah.
And they got a bench too?
Oh my God.
But also they're acting like they also, like a lot of, especially like the elitist type, like real rich type that are complaining about this. They are acting as if they had to take out a loan.
Yeah.
Right. Like they didn't get their college paid for.
I'm telling you, Trump Jr. or whoever did not get student loan debt.
Did you see the post that
about Trump's
Trump
dick?
Jr. put out? It was like his own dad with his dick censored out, and it was just like a gigantic schlong in a black bar.
Put like a black bar that was like half his leg size.
One thing,
and it was of his dad, and he was like, redact this.
No,
he thought that shit was a bar. He thought that shit was a banger.
Shit.
Imagine dick riding your own dad. Like that's weird.
It's not surprising coming from him, I guess.
It's not at all.
Dick riding his dad. He's literally named after him. You know what I mean?
It's one of those things where like anytime you see him, he's like coked out and he's just always like rambling about how great his dad is, and it just screams like I didn't that, but also like I didn't get attention from my dad as a kid.
Yeah. He's meat riding.
He got daddy issues.
He's meat riding for sure, man.
Literally posting it. Like,
that's so crazy. I didn't even know about.
He's a 44-year-old man posting about his dad's dick on Instagram.
44?
Yeah. Trump's an old fuck. Like, yo.
How old is Trump?
He's like 70 something.
He's like approaching 80.
Yeah.
No.
Because Biden's like 82 or something, right?
Yeah, I know Biden's old.
Yeah, they're not that far apart.
So everybody who says like, oh, like Biden's just so old and da da da. I know that I didn't.
Right there.
I know Biden kind of shows it. Yeah. It's just because Trump's snarkier, so they're like, oh, he's sharper in the brain, like he's
Yeah.
still there.
Maybe it's also like it's got to be some like plastic surgery shit too, man. I definitely thought he was younger. There's no way.
Yeah.
He's like 70.
No, I,
That's so
I think we're
crazy.
just so used to seeing him look as old as he does. Even when he was younger, he kind of just looked like wrinkly and weird. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, in his like 40s, he looked how he does now. So then he just sort of grew into that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then nothing really changed.
As he aged, people were like, "Yeah, that sounds right."
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It took a while, but like we
Yeah,
got
yeah,
there.
yeah.
And now people are
Damn.
shocked and thinking he's actually younger. Wow.
it's
Yeah, it turned out good for him.
Yeah.
Shut up. That's
not
so fucking
as
crazy.
much as I just like absolutely shit on old people in politics and say like,
Even
We
out
should-
of politics, I just shit on him.
yeah, honestly, I'm
Old people
ageist
shit on
as
themselves,
fuck.
man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Literally. As much as I was like a Bernie bro, I'll then immediately turn around and be like, but we need to get old people out of politics. We need to get old motherfuckers out of politics and
I
now.
believe that, like for sure, like 100%. I think what's crazy is I think it's like the Supreme Court or something.
Mhm.
Old ass motherfuckers,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
People who have been
Like,
on the court
for
their whole
life.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
hate
all
that.
dude. I feel like that's got to change. Like that's so fucked up. Those motherfuckers are stuck.
The idea was that
You know what I mean?
Trapped.
the like quote unquote idea was that if they don't get elected for terms, they can't be politicized because they would be on there for life. They would be judges.
Yeah, I mean facts,
But the
but
problem with that is that if they're elected knowing that like, oh, Amy Coney Barrett has repeatedly tried to push for like abortion bans in the past. And same thing with the other Trump guy, the what's his name? It was the guy that got appointed after RBG.
I'm blanking, but I know who you're talking about.
It's like when they get appointed and they're known for having kind of a bias towards certain things, they're already politicized,
Right.
but now they're just there for a life term.
that's what I was about to say. I'm like, there's no way that you spend all this time trying to get on the fucking Supreme Court and you don't get politicized.
Yeah.
Like you don't get somebody being like, here's $1,000
Easily.
Come vote for my shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just think it's fucked. Plus, they're getting like so old, and I feel like, and I don't know because I haven't gotten there myself, but I feel like that's gotta like do something to your brain. Like shit gotta be like not functioning as well no more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially to be making laws on like the whole fucking country.
Yeah.
I just don't know, man.
I kind of feel the same way about like career politicians in general, like people who run for like Senate and Congress and like governors and stuff like that, where
Yeah.
they're in there for like 40 years just doing this like in different jobs here and there.
Right.
I think that like eventually it's like, all right, you've been doing this way too long.
Yeah, you
You're-
passed the mark. Man.
You ran out of new ideas. Like there's no
Right,
chance.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. No old people in politics. We're
Exactly.
pushing for it.
We're gonna put that on a shirt.
Because
Dude,
eventually,
yeah, I think we should. That'd be hard.
Yeah.
That'd go hard. You could even design it.
True. No old people in politics. No old people in general. Let's just get
Yeah.
rid of them. Throw them all away.
I mean, I think. Don't get me wrong. Some old
Kidding.
people are pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Here's this is satire. Like,
This is completely satire, but I will also say, working as a server, some old people fucking suck, dude. Like,
that one struck a chord with.
there's a
Devin.
lot of old
Yeah.
people that suck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought this up last week, but my favorite part of my job as a cashier
Oh,
is when I just cashiered for an old person, and then the tip options come up, and they ask me, "What's this?" And I tell them, and they're like, "Where's the no tip option?" Like they straight up ask me, and
where's
I
the
have to
0%?
yeah, and I have to point it to them,
Oh,
and they always for some reason hit that shit like emphatically.
Oh, they're excited
Wow.
to push
Yeah.
it. They're like,
fuck you.
oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Spit on you while you're at it, bro.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Let me know when the sandwich is
That's your
done.
tip, buddy. Yeah. That's so. Yeah, I've literally like, I've had people like, I had this old dude. His order had to be something like 40-something bucks, $45 type shit.
Right.
And he cashes out. I hand him the thing. I do the whole, you can sign the top copy for me, please. Bullshit. And he goes, oh, I can't really see that well. And he's like looking at the tips, and like our shit's got like the 15% is this much,
Yeah, yeah.
18%, all that jazz. And so I'm like pointing it at him. I'm like, oh, that's like a 15% tip. That's, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, okay. And he goes, where's the tip line? And I point to him, and he puts like $3 on it. And I was like, and like 15% was not $3, you know what I mean? I mean, motherfuckers are like allergic to at least tipping 15. Yeah. Tip your service at least 15.
Tip your service, absolutely.
Because they live off that shit. My paycheck sucks.
Me personally, I'm like a 20% guy. You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
me too, honestly. But I think, because I feel for them, you know what I mean?
Yeah, nah.
Like, I think working as one of them, now I'm more like,
it's so much easier to sympathize when you have that experience yourself.
Right, I'm like, damn, y'all are going through it for real.
When I see those like low tips to no tips, I'm just like, I can tell you haven't been here.
Yeah. Man. It's fuck. You can really tell who's never worked like customer service.
Oh, for sure.
Like, I think 100%.
If you had to deal with yourself, you would understand.
No, 100%. Yeah, because anytime I go out and eat at like a restaurant, I'm almost like scared to do too much. You know what I mean? Because like I don't want to put too much stress on my server or anything like it. You know what I mean?
I'll have I asked for a lemon with my water, but like I can get it myself. Like
if you could point me in the direction, bro, I can get it, bro.
Give me a full lemon, I'll cut it myself.
No, like 100%.
I wouldn't want to bother you.
Every time I eat, and when I'm done, I stack the plates. Yeah, bro, that's just.
You don't even need to carry this. I can just bring this to the dishwasher.
Nah, yeah. If I could, I would.
Do you want me to take the trash out when I leave? Like I could.
Spit in my face. I promise it's okay.
I saw you had that table and they left. I'm gonna go ahead and clean it for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But I feel like everyone should work in customer service. At least
100%.
once. I feel like it's taught me to be more patient. Because I've had motherfuckers that I'm like I hate their guts. But like I gotta be like, thank you guys for coming in. Hope to see you guys again real soon. Yeah. But I don't hope I see them real soon.
I think that there was only one time that I really like cracked in like food service. Like I was serving ice cream at the time.
Oh, that's tough, man.
And there was just one lady like. She asked for something, and then when I went to go make it, she, like, yelled through the window. She was like, wait, that's the wrong one. And I was like, no, this is exactly what you asked. Like, she was like, no. And, like, midway through talking, she was like, no. It was this one. And she, like, points to a different cup size and, like, says, and it's not that flavor or something. And I was like, this is literally the one you asked me for. And she kept cutting me off. And by the end of it, like, I had, like, a smile on my face through most of it. And I was just, like, just snapped off. I was like, I looked at, now this person is, we don't fuck with this person. But at the time, basically.
Rest in peace.
At the time, dude was working with me, and I just, like, look over at him, and I'm like, nah.
Can't do this shit.
Nah. And I, like, I go grab it, and, like, I think she could tell that I was pissed, because I was just not responding to her shit at that point. I was like, all right, whatever. And
nah, dude. That's it.
When I brought it over to her, I was just like,
nah, yeah.
There you go.
That passive aggressiveness, buddy.
She was like, I'm so sorry, thank you so much. And then, like, walked away, and I'm like, bro.
Sometimes people just be, like, baffling me, man. Like, I had this one dude, he ordered a fucking, like, lasagna or some bullshit, and, and he's like, can I get a lasagna? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, and a side of the Greek dressing and blue cheese. And I was like, what the fuck? But, I'm not going to judge, I guess, if you want to put that on your lasagna. Yeah. And
I would.
I won't judge. But
in my head.
I bring it out to him, and, I'm holding, like, these 2 fucking dressing cups. And I was like, here. And he's, like, looking at it. He goes, it's a bit late for my salad to be coming out, right? And I was like, what? And, like, he never said nothing about no salad, bro. And he was like, it comes with the side. And I was like, nah, bro. And, like, thank God other people at that table, they were like, no, bro, you ain't saying nothing about a salad, bro. And he started being like, nah, straight up. And, like, he's like sitting, he's like, what? Yes, I did. And I'm like, nah, bro. And I got my notepad. I'm like, bro, you didn't say this, bro. And he's like, oh.
Like, I was a little confused. What do you...
Yeah, nah, and then he, like, just sat there and he, like, looked at the table and I was like, damn, I gotta get out of here. This motherfucker's, like, he's experienced some, like, crisis right now, bro.
Yeah, there we like.
From his perspective, that's just as funny because he's just like, damn.
Yeah,
there were like dressings at his table. Yeah, what am I supposed to do with this?
Yeah, and there was just like straight up like whole time. Like I'd pass by his table and there's just like a stack of lonely dressings, bro. He never touched them.
He didn't like ask for the salad after the fact, like.
No, he was like defeated. I even told him I was like, dude, we can do a salad, and he was like, nah. Like, and I was like, oh, dude, I'm so sorry.
Broke him as
Yeah,
a
I was like,
person.
I'm
Oh
so
my
sorry.
God.
And I was like, dude, this salad takes like 5 seconds tops. Like, I can make it.
It's fine. Like,
He's
we
like,
can do this.
nah, bro.
I should just broke him.
I was like, I'm sorry, bro. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to push you through this, man. I'm walking away. I was like, he should have just ordered the fucking salad, bro.
You
I'm
felt so
sorry.
powerless. Like,
Nah, there's nothing I could do, man. But yeah.
Terrible, yeah.
Yeah, nah, it was pretty fucked. He took good though, so.
That's
Oh,
nice.
that's good to hear. At least
Yeah,
you did good.
yeah.
Yeah. Can't say the same for a lot of my regulars. I mean, I will say, to be fair, I'm not like a server either. So I when people don't tip at my workplace, I get it because I'm simply just like ringing you up for whatever.
Still though. I mean, like I'd be tipping my cashiers. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate it, but like, you know, I get it to an extent. Like, we're not actually serving you, but it's
Right,
still a
right.
nice gesture,
Yeah.
and it's also not much money in the first place.
Right. Nah, no. I mean, like as a server, my paycheck is like anytime I get my paycheck, it's just like I just worked an extra shift and tips. You know what I mean? So like, it's like a one night of tips. It's nothing crazy. So like when motherfuckers don't tip, it's just like, bro, come on. Like, I'm trying to eat, bro. I got like card payments and shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? Especially when they're like dickheads. I mean, I get motherfuckers because we got like a beer bar. Like we got like hella beer, and motherfuckers love that shit.
Yeah.
And I be pouring them a glass, give it to them. Somebody else at the table's like, oh, can I also get a blah, blah, blah? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So then I got to go back behind the bar. And by the time I come back with that one, other dude's finished with his. And he's like, I'm like, dude, fuck. And then they be tipping like $3. And I'm like,
Running back and forth.
nah, for real, asking the most, but whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did have one dude, he was like this, like, veteran ass motherfucker, and then like he became a cop, and then he became like a fucking like detective type shit, like a super duper detective.
Hella side quests.
Nah, seriously, and he comes to the bar and he'll get like a couple beers and shit, and like if it's slow, I'll talk to him because that boy, he's got some like crazy ass stories sometimes. But he got like a sandwich and like a couple beers. It was like $20, and this man just finished like telling me, he was like, "Yep," and that was the tour when like all my buddies died, and I was like, oh my God. I was like, fuck. I was like, dude, I'm buying your fucking shit. Like, you know, like, thank you for your service type shit. You know what I mean? His order was like 20-something bucks. I paid for that shit. And, you know, I just gave him the receipt. I was like, it's paid for. You can dip if you want. And he was like, nah, bro. He reaches in his pocket. He's like, let me see your hand. And I was like, okay. He's like, don't look in it until I leave. And I was like, whoa.
What does that
I was
mean?
like, this is about to be like a secret mission. I'm about to open it. You know, it's going to give me like a quest or some shit.
No, it's just anthrax. He just
I mean, shit. Nah, but he left. I opened that bitch up. It was a fucking $100 bill, bro.
Jeez.
It's almost like, damn, he just like casually had that in his pocket.
Oh, wait, yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
also, like,
But, you know, I'm like, yeah, cool as fuck. You know what I mean? I lost $20, but that motherfucker gave me 100. So it's like people like that are like where I'm like, I do like serving, you know what I mean? That shit does make some money on it.
it literally pays to be nice. Especially
Right, yeah. Some motherfuckers be dickheads. I popped off on a couple people. There's like straight up, there's like 2-3 tables that like if they come in, there'll be like another server working, and like the like even especially when Megan's working, she'll be like, do you want me to take that table for you? Like, and it'll be like my turn to take a table, but I've had like so many fucking problems with that specific table that like other motherfuckers will take it just to like avoid shit.
Yeah.
I've had to be like, especially on one, I've had to be like, he was giving me so much shit that I was like, is there a problem, dude? And he was like, and like this man's in front of his family, but I was just like not having it. It was like a busy ass day. I was like, is there a problem, dude? He was like, huh? And I was like, do you need a new server? And he was like, no. And I was like, okay, so then we're cool, right? And he was like, yeah. And I was like, but after that, I never fucking took him again just because he's like a prick, dude. And he gets like that off the menu shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's like special order request bullshit. I just,
Yeah, let me get that shit in the back.
You know the buffalo chicken salad? Don't toss it in buffalo. And then if you got that romaine lettuce in the back, can you do that instead? And then I don't want the parmesan. Can you just grate up some? And it's like, motherfucker, like,
Then
you got me right.
Actually, he ropes you back to the start. Yeah, actually, you
Nah,
know that whole
seriously,
buffalo
bro.
chicken salad?
Nah.
Scratch that entirely. I don't even
Nah,
want it.
straight up. He's like, wait, hold on, wait. Sorry, my wife actually doesn't want that. Can you just scrap that 100%?
And then can I also get Greek dressing
With blue cheese.
with blue cheese?
For my lasagna.
And,
For my lasagna.
And my wife just texted me she actually wants that. So if you could just re-enter all that, that would be dope.
Yeah.
I hate that shit, man.
Instead of like red sauce for the lasagna, actually put the blue cheese in the middle of the layers.
One layer will be ranch, the other will be blue cheese, the other will be like motherfuckers be asking the most.
Basically,
bro.
like put all the wing sauces, but just like put like a layer in between.
Oh man, dude, that would be so
Foul.
trash. Yeah.
That
Yeah,
was
I'm
kinda
sorry that I
depressing.
put that in y'all's heads. That kind of grossed me out too.
A little bit.
Yeah, nah. But tip your waiters 15%, like at least, man.
I think moral of the story is that old people are bad still. I think
Yeah.
that's where we started.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
old
basically,
people
like,
suck,
old people
man.
suck.
I hate old people, or I guess hate's a really strong word. I dislike the majority of old people.
I hate old people.
Some old people, and like I don't mean to be like.
This is
rude
also
or
satire.
anything. Yeah, this is completely
This is satire, for sure.
But like some old people got like that like smell. You know what I mean?
I
Like
know
it's
exactly
like
what you
old. It's just like it's like a thrift store. You know what I mean?
It's like,
You
It's like
smell like an
a-
antique.
You
Like,
smell like a couch at Goodwill. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like it's something.
You're
like
decaying.
that.
Like
Exactly. Yeah, I was gonna say that, but I was like, I don't know if that's too like messed up. But
Again, this
it's
is
like aged wood.
yeah, no,
over and over
straight
again. I'm
up.
just gonna keep popping in like this is satire. And just, we're
Yeah,
just
yeah,
making
yeah,
jokes.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it is-
Nah, but and I've even had like people like they'll leave a table and it's old people and it's like they smell old and then there's like a hint of like doo doo.
their adult diaper just be creeping out. You know.
I think so. And I'm just like, oh man.
I know one motherfucker that looks like he wears an adult diaper at your job.
Who?
The regular that wears the MAGA hat.
Oh yeah.
We don't fuck with him.
He's interesting. He's very interesting. Yeah. He's different, bruh. And the worst part is he tips like shit.
I
Like
figured.
dog shit. I mean, yeah. You can almost expect it. That motherfucker just be drinking beers. He's one of the dudes I talked about. Like, I bring the other beer to the table and he's done. You know what I mean?
Right,
And
right.
he's like, I need a refill. And they
His
call
old
me.
ass needs some water.
Nah, seriously, bro. And the worst
need to
part
take a
is
lap.
they call me Tony, bro. And I hate that shit.
Oh, like your cool
Yeah.
would chill like that. No.
Yeah, I just don't like Tony mostly. I don't think it makes sense, man. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
because Anthony, there's like a TH, so it'd be Thony. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Tony.
Tony just don't make sense. Not that I want to be called Tony either. You know what
It's
I'm
like
saying?
Sony by Mike Tyson. Like
Tony.
Sony.
Nah,
I just got these
exactly.
new Sony headphones.
Yeah, nah, so I don't fuck with that. But and he's also just like creepy, bro.
Yeah.
And his wife is creepy too.
Yep.
Not to be like this. I'm like fucking shitting on him right now, but.
It's all anonymous.
Oh yeah.
They
yeah,
could
yeah.
everybody
I'm sure
listening
they are
can.
never gonna see this
Yeah.
probably ever. Hopefully.
People can like associate this with a general person probably.
Right, yeah.
Everyone knows someone similar to who
This
Anthony's
dude,
talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
And his wife is creepy too. And like in the restaurant, like I'll be like walking by doing like my regular shit.
Yeah.
She'll look at me, bro. She'll be like, I'm like,
Ah, hell
ugh.
no.
I'm like, ew.
Objectified, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, ew.
Damn, all that, and you're still gonna tip me $2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
straight up. It's the worst, man. I'm like, bro, you gotta at least throw me some extra bones if you're doing this shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna harass me, bro, like, at least throw me a 10. You know what I'm saying?
If you're gonna harass me, throw
Throw
me
me a 10, like, shit.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
the
feel
most
like
server
that's,
thing I've ever heard.
like, I don't think that's too much to
At
ask,
least
bro.
pay me well. Like
Right, bro. Like, yeah, I just don't know, bro.
Yeah, I have a regular or a old couple that's like regularly comes in, and the dude looks like the white dad from Get Out, the one with the glasses and the surgeon.
Yeah.
Like I'd say it's pretty
It's
uncanny.
uncanny as hell.
Yeah,
So,
and like the wife,
fuck that.
the old wife, like she left a business card one time, and it was like like a gun enthusiast club or whatever or something like that.
NRA meeting, like
Wow.
Yeah.
similar.
It was like, and it was the wife. I was like,
Nice.
I won this. I was like,
Yeah. Oh my god.
shoot.
We
She
really
runs it?
like guns. You should join. You should
Yeah,
join.
You should come with us.
You should
Devin.
come see. Yeah, you should come see. It's
Yeah, come
it's
for target practice.
it's family
Am I the
owned.
target?
Yeah.
That's what I feel like.
Hell no.
Yeah, no, we needed new participants.
Fuck that shit.
What do you mean by that?
I've never shot a gun. Oh, trust me, you won't.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Regulars are like, I feel like it's like a flip of a coin. Like, cause
Yeah.
I definitely, and that's the weirdest part. Like, I have some regulars that I'm like, in my head, I'm like, oh, you're a piece of shit. But they're like nice to me. You know what I mean? So I'm like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'll ride this out, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's just so, I think it's just crazy, like, the amount of people that you see, like, coming to your job, like, just straight strangers, bro.
Yeah.
We got this one dude, he, every single day, bro, he comes in, just gets a free fucking kid's drink, and that's it. And, like, steals $1 from me. And, like, he used to
What
give me,
does that mean?
he used to give me change for it. Like, he would, like, turn his change in for, like, $1. But now he just, like, he's like, you got $1? And I'm like, yeah, bro. And I'll be like, you got change? He'll be like, nah. And I'll be like, well, fuck. I mean, I'll just give you $1, man. And
Fooled
like,
again.
you know, it's yeah,
Yeah.
nah, straight up. One time he literally took the change out of his pocket, bro. Showed it to me, and I was like, oh, okay. And I gave him the $1, and then he just put the change back in his pocket.
That's so funny.
Yeah, but I was like, you know, whatever, man.
He's
Fuck
like,
it.
he's not gonna call me on it, so
Yeah, and I'm like, and that's like one of the only, like, if I didn't work at that restaurant, like, I would have never met this dude, bro.
Yeah.
What's hilarious about that is if you were to call him out, I bet he would call you broke. Like, what are you doing, fighting me over $1 like that?
Yeah.
Nah, yeah, straight up.
What are
like
you,
one
broke
time,
boy, huh?
Yeah.
You're the one stealing. What's going on?
Nah, like there's been times where like I straight up won't have dollars in my wallet, and like he'll be like, "You got $1?" And I'll be like, "Nah," and he'll be
Fucking broke ass.
like, he won't even say anything, but he'll just be like he'll just give me like a look, and I'm like, I'm sorry, like
I
fuck."
gave you all of my dollars.
That's
I'm
like
like-
a bully taking your lunch money.
and I'm like, bro, you got like $1 in quarters already. Like, what's
Yeah.
the difference, man? Just go fucking spend the quarters.
Yeah.
But yeah, cool dude though. Except, like, he owes me like $40 at this point, man. But,
Minus the you know, like
minus the debt for
Yeah.
sure. You gotta pay your debt, man. Especially like student loan debt.
It's rough. Yeah.
you guys got to make sure that you pay your own loans, pull up your bootstraps, and do it yourself. All right? Don't be a pussy. One of these fucking lazy Gen Z pussies that doesn't pay their fucking debt. All right?
Lib.
Yeah,
That's
you,
all I
you
hear.
fucking you dumb
brother.
libtards fucking not paying your debts. You got to do that. All right? Not playing these games with these Gen Zers. All right?
Damn, well, I'm starting to get like a little.
Uncomfortable. Yeah. it's just
No,
like-
I'm just getting like the foundation or whatever the fuck it's
Oh,
called.
yeah, yeah,
that
getting a little
natural
glow.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was saying. It really like brings out the highlights on
Yeah,
camera.
yeah.
for
Especially
sure.
with the
Yeah.
fucking lights and shit.
We're gonna look
Stunning.
moist.
Stunning,
Yeah.
bro. We're gonna look like a commercial almost.
For sure. That's what I like to think, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Then I go to like edit it and like
We're just shiny.
I just look oily.
Yeah, no, that's
I'll go to like turn down like the highlights and stuff, and I'm
Yeah.
just still like
Oily.
fucking like Twilight vampire. Like
yeah.
it's just
I'm like,
yeah.
the
I'm feeling
highlights
like
are so
a-
bright.
I'm feeling like a mask forming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
bro?
It's a little thick.
It's a little thick in
Little
here,
thick.
but you know, it's whatever.
What
Just
time are we
3D
looking at,
times.
Cam? 50?
50?
Damn.
Holy shit.
We can go another like 15 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
Was there anything?
We'll just go until somebody passes out, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Heat exhaustion.
Heat exhausted.
15
yeah.
minutes max, yeah,
What
probably.
were we gonna say though?
Is there anything that like really particularly happened this week? I know you. Did you? This is gonna seem like a corny topic. Have you checked out like the YouTuber fight things with like KSI?
No.
Um,
He's fighting again?
He
They
fought-
did another,
he
like,
fought,
YouTube
two
fight
fights
against-
in one night.
Other like YouTubers?
yeah.
Who?
So
Kind
KSI, who like no one really knew them.
Oh,
I'll be honest.
seriously?
Yeah.
So
Oh fuck.
it was.
I think that's why he took on the two fights,
Yeah,
because it was like
probably.
with.
Like,
I think
tiny ass.
initially he was supposed to fight Alex Wasabi,
Yeah.
and then I forget why, but Alex backed out or something. So it was funny, like people call him Alex Pusabi.
Oh damn, that's so funny.
A little
Yo.
bit, yeah.
I'd be pissed.
Yeah. He may have had a legitimate reason. I don't know if,
Yeah,
if he
yeah.
does or not, but
Maybe got
so
like a tummy ache or something.
yeah, little tummy 4 weeks before
Too
the
much
fight. That
wasabi.
took-
Oh my
yeah,
god, that shit took him out,
yeah,
man.
it's deadly. But So he fought at the beginning of the night. So he did the first match and the last match of the event. First match was against a UK rapper named Swarms.
A UK rapper?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That one got memed to all hell because like
Are you
Swarms, he was running around like he was evasive.
He was quite literally spinning in circles. So
Yeah.
it was of course like a last minute thing. So props to him for even getting in the ring with like only a few weeks training.
Yeah.
But you could tell it was only a few weeks training.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And
That boy
then-
was just there for the bag, man. He's not trying to fight,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then what was it? At the end of the night, his main event match was versus a professional boxer who was 2-5. That was their record.
Professional boxer?
So
Holy
still
shit.
better than what fucking Jake Paul does, where he doesn't
I will
fight
be honest.
any boxers.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't say that because looking at
okay.
the fight, like
Are you
I
serious?
think it's very easy to get the professional boxer
Tagline.
tag.
Because couldn't technically like Jake Paul or KSI at this point claim they're a professional boxer?
Shit.
I guess
I
they
mean, I
could. I don't
guess
know
probably.
the technicality behind
Yeah.
that, but like
yeah.
this guy in particular,
Like I personally wouldn't, but
yeah, I wouldn't take that type of.
Yeah, nah.
But like, this guy in particular, he was like a young kid, like still super like skinny and stuff, and a lot of the match, KSI has like a very like sporadic, like wild style of fighting, and so some of his swings get pretty reckless, and so
Not professional.
yeah.
yeah.
When KSI starts swinging on him, I think his name was Pineda. He starts complaining to the ref from time to time that he's hitting the back of his head. So over the course of like the 2-3 rounds that it went, Pineda gets knocked down like 4 or 5 times, and a lot of them aren't like he's like dazed or confused. Like 1 or 2 were, but the others were like. He's like complaining to the ref like he's been hitting me in the back of the head, and I mean at some point you just kind of gotta like stick through it because if anyone's gonna see that it would be the ref, and he wasn't calling anything for
Right.
that.
Yeah.
And like it was funny, the reactions after the fight were like he's really giving Mexico a bad name, like
Oh my god, that's
Jeez.
so fucked.
you know, like you
Damn.
were saying like Swarms was in it for the bag. This guy seemed like he was in it for the bag and just wanted to get back to his country.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Damn.
It was very rough because the 2 KSI fights were like the worst fights of the night. Like very unevenly matched.
Damn.
Yeah.
I feel like the
I
big,
didn't even know that like he was still doing that shit.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's pretty cool though. Fuck.
Specifically like KSI, I haven't heard much about him doing it, but
Because last time he was in the ring was versus Logan. So
yeah,
Oh,
so a
damn.
long time ago.
Is Logan Paul like?
He got signed to the WWE.
No fucking way.
Yeah, like he doesn't do the boxing shit as much anymore. Like
Jake
he's
still does, but Logan.
yeah.
Holy shit.
But the thing
That's
is,
so funny.
it's because he did like he had a match at WrestleMania
Yeah.
as like a one-time thing against Rey Mysterio and Rey Mysterio's son. And
Who was his partner?
it was The Miz.
Miz? Yeah.
I wanted to hate that match so bad because I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's fucking Logan Paul wrestling.
Right.
You look good.
He
Really?
he has a wrestling background,
Yeah.
so and because of the phony boxing shit, I
Yeah.
think that it translated really well to fake fighting.
Yeah, like WWE shit.
Because he was solid. Like, I mean,
Seriously.
he made it look like some of the dudes in their, like, developmental program that, like, are just getting into it. Like, there were points where definitely he showed that he was, like, a little
Right.
green and new. But as a personality in general,
Yeah.
like, he got up on the top rope and, like, made fun of, like, Eddie Guerrero by doing, like, a little shoulder shimmy. And that's, like, a big no-no because Eddie Guerrero's, like, is a legend.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
he had a big feud with Rey Mysterio, and they were, like, best friends in real life. And he had passed away, like, I think in the 90s.
Oh damn.
So Logan Paul getting up there and
Fucking
doing
just
the
went
little
and did it.
shimmy, and then he hit, like, a frog splash, like Eddie would.
Yeah.
It was just, like, he was hitting shit,
Disrespect.
like, it was disrespect, but it was so, like,
You really
it was
bought into the
well
heel.
done.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it was,
That's some WWE.
it wasn't like I'm doing it because I'm the celebrity guy that's here. Like,
Right.
he was really solid in the ring, and I was actually kind of glad that they signed him because, one, I think he needs to get the fuck out of boxing and shit. Like, this is such a perfect match for him because he is unlikable.
He's got that personality for WWE, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, that, it makes so much sense. And honestly,
Good
I
for
think
him, though.
if Jake, I know that Jake probably thinks that he has a bigger bag in, like, boxing and probably MMA if he switches to that because I think he's, like, rumored that he wants to.
Yeah.
But I really think that if he just, like, chilled the fuck out and got, like, because the thing about Logan Paul's contract is, like, I think he got $10 million just to show up for, like, 3 dates.
Holy shit.
He does Mania, SummerSlam, and, like, the
Yeah.
Royal Rumble. So, like, 3 big pay-per-views.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm like, if
For
Jake...
10 fucking... Dude,
$10 million.
Oh, my God.
I think that was his deal.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
So I'm like, if Jake did the same shit, like, if this boxing shit kind of goes bad,
South, yeah.
like, he should just join too, because I'm sure that the WWE would pick him up.
Plus, could you imagine, bro? Like, motherfuckers would, like, they could do some, like, brother versus brother, like,
Yeah.
crazy shit, bro. And people would, like, pay the fuck.
Because if you think about it, like, I mean, Logan Paul, if they signed him after the Suicide Force thing, like, do you think
Yeah,
that, like, Jake
yeah.
Paul would be too problematic to put into there?
There's no shame.
Like, he would,
No shame,
to
bro.
them, they're like, he's Logan's brother.
Yeah.
He was on Disney Channel shows. He's this big internet guy.
Holy fuck, I forgot he was even on Disney
He's
Channel.
been doing boxing. Like, it to them, that looks like a good deal.
Yeah.
But,
Man, the Pauls are, like, crazy.
yeah, it's weird.
That's so crazy. I remember, like, straight up, they were just, like, buying.
Yeah.
And now
like,
these fuckers
not
are
good at
they're
boxing.
not
Like,
good
they were
at it,
awful.
and now they're like wrestling and boxing and shit like that.
Really remember, like, when like, after Vine fell off and they tried to move to, like, Instagram and, like, tried to do the same content on Instagram.
And shit.
I
Just a
really
little bit
was
longer
like,
form,
oh, the
yeah.
Pauls are
Yeah.
not going to make it through this.
Nah, seriously, and fucking look at. And then what is it? That one went to Disney, and the other one, like, he started doing like low budget movies, like those Netflix ass films and shit. You know what I'm talking about?
I think that, like, when I think that they tried doing it on Instagram and trying to take the same format, and that didn't work because that's not what
Yeah.
Instagram was going for.
Yeah.
Whereas when they translated to YouTube and then tried to do, like, the YouTuber thing, the Pauls just, like, that was where they really, like, snapped into place.
Yeah, they had that fucking like Team 10 bullshit. I
Yeah.
remember that because I hated it.
Mhm.
I thought it was so corny.
It was probably, like, a bad era on YouTube, but it was good for them.
Sure. Oh yeah. Nah, they were getting money. I remember they had that fucking mansion and shit.
Yeah. But I'm glad we kind of moved away from. Well, I really hope that we permanently try to move away from social media houses, because like that whole
dude,
trend
yeah.
of like.
I think that's so stupid and irresponsible, bro.
Yeah,
You know
because
what
you
I
look
mean?
at the TikTok ones, and it's just like, there's so much shit involved. It kind of feels like exploitative, and
Yeah. I feel like they're just like, I don't even know if it's gonna go away. Like, I feel like that was like this era of like, I guess like some of those like reality TV shows
yeah.
where it's like they just put like a bunch of fucking strangers in
They-
the house and they're like,
but
well,
they're
let's fucking
vlogging
film 'em.
instead of like
yeah,
a TV program.
exactly. You know what I mean? So I feel like that was just maybe just like a fad or some shit of
Definitely.
the reality TV shit.
No, for sure, and it'll come back in like various forms, I'm sure. But
Oh, for sure. Someone like some fucking kid like 4 years from now is gonna be like, dude,
Guys.
what if we all get a house and vlog each other? Like, that's gonna be so gas. And make
Definitely.
TikTok dances.
The Bench'd house?
The Bench'd house.
yeah, the Bench'd bunch, and just
The
like
Bench'd bunch. Damn, that's pretty good.
I'm gonna write that one down.
yeah, it's all just
Only
benches.
benches.
You guys
Just
want to
wood.
sleep? It's just a wooden bed.
It's
like
two, you gotta put 2 benches together.
Ugh. The big match of that night, at least in terms of like, I think, like good story, was the Deji fight though.
Oh yeah, Deji
Uh,
versus Fuzi.
So KSI's little brother.
Fuzi?
Yeah, right. The old ass
Fuzi
name.
tube?
Yeah,
Fuzi
like-
tube.
No fucking
You remember?
way.
You remember
Name you
seeing when
haven't heard
people
in
like
years, yeah.
memes?
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I remember the fucking memes that boy was getting
Us-
shit on. bro.
Especially recently, like there were like clips of him training, and like somebody's like slapping his stomach.
No
it was
way.
with the little
Yeah.
like bamboo rod or whatever. Yeah.
He has like a dude go in front of him, and the dude in front of him is getting hit. And he's like,
No fucking way,
And then
bro.
Fuzi walks up, and he's like, it was like the goofiest shit I've ever seen.
I've never, dude. I totally forgot about him. Like, I haven't heard that name in fucking forever.
He just- He went
Now
from
he's
like
fucking wrestling.
Boxing,
yeah.
I
He
don't know. Something about him like pisses me off. I think it's the shape of his head.
It's gotta be, bro. He's just got such like a annoying looking.
he has
face,
such
bro.
a like he has such a perfect beard that it pisses me off. Like I think that's the thing.
It's so
Nah,
full.
because you know that boy like trims it once a day. He's
he
like,
probably
oh,
does that shit where he like
Yeah.
like sprays it to like fill in, like
dude, probably.
because it's
bro.
so like perfectly dark and full. Like it's
I
just
know.
like
He bought a beard transplant. Bro.
yeah, actually.
Yeah, dude, bro.
Any like remaining hair that was on his head, he just
He was like,
piped
yeah.
that shit in.
Yeah.
Nah, but I really only remember him from like that. I don't know. Would you say that it was part of like the pipeline, like the alt-right stuff? Because I feel like a lot of his
it was
stuff
just like
just bad
bad
racist
pranks.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
because
that's what I remember him from.
he did
bro.
the bad pranks, but a lot of them I remember having like weird racist stereotypes or
Yeah.
like bigoted kind of things in it. And he'd be like,
Or just
"No,
be
I'm
like-
trying to prove like this really important point." And
Yeah.
it's like, but one of his pranks was literally like leaving nice car in the hood prank.
Or
And-
it'd just be like straight up like assault, bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
literally. It was just like it was such a weird time on YouTube, but that's all I remember him for was just doing like awful
Awful shit.
content.
Here's 5 questions. If you get one wrong, you have to kiss me. It's like, bro,
Yeah,
what?
that's
God,
got to
what
be
the
like a
fuck?
charge.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Uh,
That's like so fucked up, bro. Like, I don't know how he got away with that shit, man.
yeah. He ends up fighting Deji, KSI's little brother, and Deji has not won like a single fight before this.
Yeah, he was like 0-3.
Damn.
And I think it was kind
This
of
was
like
like
this.
his last
chance.
chance.
His big break.
Yeah.
Because even on his last fight, like KSI came out with that video where he's like, "Hey, we haven't talked in a while, but like you need to stop doing this." He was like, "This shit is
bro,
bad. It's
please don't tell me
embarrassing."
he lost, man. That's gonna be so sad.
He went into this fight, and I didn't see the full thing, but from clips, it looked like he kind of fucked Fuzi up.
He did good. He,
For real?
They threw in
Yeah.
the towel.
Yeah, buddy.
Because the big criticism from the first 3 fights that he did, he wouldn't let his hands go. And this time around,
He fucking let him go.
yeah, and he was
Yeah.
on target for a lot of his shots. Like he
Oh,
was
well, that's
really
good.
for like Fuzi had like the height and reach advantage, pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure, and then but Deji like he looked more seasoned. Like he looked like he had a good gauge of like distance and how to
Yeah.
take advantage.
Yeah.
And yeah, like it was funny. The one like knockdown before the towel got thrown in, Deji got him with a jab, and that
Yeah.
put Fuzi on his ass.
Damn, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Fuck Fuzi too, man.
It was one of those things where like going into it, it looked like Fuzi was just like training to look good.
Not actually
And,
like,
like-
training to fight and shit.
Yeah, that motherfucker just
He got dogged.
yeah. I
Damn.
think Deji came out
Good.
and said something about like, I think he had like broke something on Fuzi's face or some shit, like broke his nose type shit.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Nice.
He like
Yeah,
he
bro,
made
fuck
like a
Fuzi.
snarky ass video afterwards. He's like, I heard it's like I'm sorry that you had to go to the hospital.
The accent,
Impression
that
is
was
I
beautiful.
he said, I heard that you that you broke your nose and your eye socket and your jaw. And I really hope that you do better. I know that can be fun. I'm so sorry that you did that to yourself. Like some shit like that. Like
Rest in peace, Fuzi.
yeah, that shit was crazy. He did need that because even going into this fight, like you would see press conference stuff where people are literally like, yeah, Deji does not have this. And Deji walks up and he's like, yeah, like I don't think anybody know. He's like, oh, what's up, Deji? I don't think anybody thinks that Deji's winning this shit like in front of him. And Deji was like, thanks, man. Thanks, man.
That's so fucked. I was scared that y'all were gonna tell me like Fuzi 2-1.
Yeah,
For a
no,
second there, man.
I probably would have been sick if that happened
Dude,
too.
that yeah. Fuck.
I'd be like, yo, we gotta look at after Deji, make sure that he's not like on a watch
yeah,
list. Like,
yeah, nah, straight up, bro.
because it was kind of brutal, like looking at the old clips.
Damn.
He kind of
Bro,
needed that.
And to have motherfuckers be like, yeah, I don't think this motherfucker's winning.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't think Devin's gonna win this fight today, bro.
Yeah.
And like it's like right in front of you, bro. Like that's
Honestly, like
Thanks,
Devin
man.
is
Thanks.
Yeah.
like
It's
honestly,
so fair.
Devin is such a bitch. Like he's
Yeah,
so
dude,
bitch made.
I think Devin would lose any fucking fight.
Like honestly, I know he has a
Actually,
black belt, but like black belt in what, like a fucking
I'm gonna tell you now, bro. I'll put it
sub
down
degree.
to
Like
another dude, bro.
he's a black belt in making sandwiches. Like the fuck is that? Like
Hey, go get him, Tiger, bro.
Thanks,
you got
man.
this
Thanks.
shit, bro. You got this
Thanks,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, no, fuck that shit, man.
Yeah, no, that was really cool, guys.
So how's your day?
I could only like make the joke about like Devin specifically because I genuinely do know he would kick my ass. He has kicked my ass.
Do you you actually have a black belt?
Yeah.
Like in like karate type shit?
Yeah.
Teisu.
Tongue Sudo, yeah.
Tongsudo. I keep fucking up the name. My fault.
Holy shit. Damn. That's
Yeah, he's
actually
kinda
cool
nuts
as
with
fuck.
it.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Can you do like I don't know what that like entails, but like can you do like a fucking like jump kick or something, like a really good one?
I'd say so, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
To be fair, I haven't trained like in studio since like pre-pandemic, but I mean, like I got up to my black belt, so yeah.
Can you like fucking break wood and shit?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. That's cool as shit, man.
I think that's why I was saying very early on, like I think that my internal like selfish goal is that like if we get big enough on YouTube, I want to be in one of these boxing events. And it's just Colin versus Devin.
Bro, nah, we should just, we'll put fucking Devin in against Logan Paul or some shit. And
Okay, whoa.
like a spin kick. Or do the MMA shit with the other
Yeah,
Paul.
if they put you against Jake, like you're straight.
Yeah.
Do some spin kick. Do a fucking...
If Jake does get into MMA or something, like you're fine.
If
Because he's going to try to grapple you. Like,
man.
Yeah, if Logan frog splashes me, I might be put on. I might need to watch this.
Like, you
I
gotta
might
kill
be put on.
yourself. Like,
Yeah,
it's-
that'd be crazy.
Yeah,
you said if I get fucked on by a Paul brother, like that's it.
Yeah.
That's over.
yeah. There's
Colin
really
versus
no.
Devin boxing event, man.
That would be
sick.
nice.
Yeah.
Let's just make a ring in the fucking cul-de-sac over here, man.
Yeah, for sure. We just put up some like wood posts in the backyard, you know.
Right. A little bit of string around. I mean,
Yeah.
All right, Devin, let's start right now. Actually, no, I'm
all right, I
playing.
want a good clean fight.
Yeah.
That's not happening.
Yeah, that'd be crazy, bro. That would be crazy.
Well, we all know that I would solo, and I'm gonna solo this outro.
Fuck yeah.
I think that's probably where we'll wrap it up this week, just because I know that last week we ran over on time with the camera.
How long has this been going? 109. 109.
Yeah.
It's pretty
That's about
solid.
perfect.
Pretty solid.
Thank you guys for watching. Pretty soon we're gonna have a new video out on the Colin and Devin channel where we react to some old Disney music videos. The timing is not necessarily set in stone, so we'll probably have an announcement on that next episode.
I like how you've gotten better at that.
Yeah,
Because before he would announce.
I used to be like,
something.
we're gonna have a new video out next Tuesday, and then next Tuesday comes out, and it's like it'll be 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
So that'll be out sometime soon. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Like, comment, anything like that. If you're on podcasting platforms, rate us 5 stars. That helps a lot. Go ahead, hit the links in our bio. Go check out all of the other projects we got going on. Anthony, is there anything you want to plug?
Oh, fuck.
Or any last minute messages?
Shit. Tip your waiters 15%, bro, please.
For sure.
Please
Treat
and
the
thank you, bro.
proletariat, for sure.
Yeah, 100%.
It's a good message to go out on.
Thank you. I'm really trying to like drive that in there, bro. You know?
Yeah.
It's been a good one.
We'll see y'all next week.
Later.
Bye.